Today, I'd like to talk about the decision-making process of whether it makes sense for you to own or rent. Choosing to own something tends to be even a little bit more complicated than renting. Today, I really want to focus on all of the considerations that go into whether or not it makes sense to own your next property. And your ownership options are a condo, townhome, cooperative, or single-family home. So what are some of the things you need to consider about if it makes sense to purchase something? One thing I want you to hear loud and clear is that whether or not you purchase something, it has nothing to do with your age. Don't ever let anybody tell you that the reason you can't go purchase a new piece of real estate is because you're too old. And don't ever let anybody tell you that it's not okay for you to move into the shiny new apartment down the street in the hot new area where you can walk to restaurants because you're too old. Age has nothing to do with it. It has much more to do with where you want to live, the lifestyle you want to build, and the affordability. And if all of those things make sense, what's stopping you? So let's talk about longevity. When you purchase a home, it's important for you to have a long-range goal in mind. Plan on staying in your new home at least 5 years, and it turns out that you'll be much less likely to have to bring money to the closing table should you decide to sell. We use 5 years as kind of a general rule of thumb. What happens when you sell a home, there's all sorts of closing costs involved, including paying for a realtor. And to make sure that you don't have to bring money to the closing table, the longer you are in the home, the better chance there is that you're not going to have to bring those dollars to the closing table. The next thing to consider is your need for accessibility. Are you somebody who needs to plan for an adaptable medical piece of equipment to help you get around your home? Do you need wider doorways, wider hallways? And do you need to make changes to the functionality of the home, the structural functionality, so that you can make it work for you to live in there successfully? Do you think you're going to need services in the next 5 years? Any kind of supportive services, transportation, meals, healthcare, home care. Single-family homes, condos, townhomes, and cooperatives often don't have those. You'll certainly find some buildings that are 55 plus that offer some limited services. But boy, if you're in a position of needing to bring in services, you're going to be the one responsible for managing those contracts with those care providers. That means you'll have to interview them. You'll have to supervise them, make sure that they're qualified, make sure they've got the insurance, arrange for invoicing. And so if you're not up to that task of having to manage hiring all of those services, purchasing may not be a good fit for you. And then maintenance. Let's talk about what you have to maintain when you purchase. A single-family home will require the most maintenance because as the homeowner, you're responsible for both the internal and external maintenance of the home as well as the lot that it sits on. If you're moving into a condo or townhome, in general, you're responsible for the internal workings of the home, appliances, heating, plumbing. In general, with condominiums and townhomes, the association will take care of most of the exterior. The lawn work, the hazard insurance, the roof, the foundation, in general. And then there's cooperatives. Cooperatives are the most maintenance-free form of ownership that you can have. So there's kind of this continuum of maintenance for you to consider about what kind of lifestyle you want to build. When you are looking at financing a home, in addition to the maintenance costs, which we talked about, there's a continuum of those, there's also the association dues. So while a single family home may not have any monthly association dues, it also has the highest amount of maintenance costs overall because you have more to maintain. With a condominium or a townhome, those association costs can be monthly anywhere between $175 to $750 a month, depending on where you're living. And some associations also have either a monthly or quarterly insurance association fee. So those association costs can vary. And remember, I'm suggesting you stay there for 5 years. So as part of how you figure out your finances, you'll want to plan ahead for both the short-term and long-term impact of those association dues. The best way to prepare yourself financially for purchasing a home is before you ever start looking. Number one, have a real estate agent in your home early to help you figure out what you can sell your current home for. You'll know what the check is that you'll walk away from closing for selling your current home. With that information, you can bring those numbers to both your tax planner and your financial planner and talk through your 5 to 10-year plan about what you want your lifestyle to look like. And then those financial professionals can help you determine if purchasing is a good fit for you. In conclusion, I would like to offer you some resources. If you visit us at our website, theseniorhousingsearch.com, that's theseniorhousingsearch.com, we have put together a manual specifically for our clients, but we're making it available to you just for listening. It's a free PDF download, and the name of the manual is It's Your Move. Reduce the stress while moving on your own terms. And that manual includes a lot of the information that we've gone through, and in addition, some bonus material that we didn't have time to get to. And if you are looking for senior housing, the best place to go for that information is our website, theseniorhousingsearch.com. It is the only searchable search engine for senior housing. We built it specifically for you so that as you are looking, you have all of the information available to you. We don't charge senior housing communities to be on our website, which means it is the most complete searchable website on the internet. And we did that for you so that you have the information you need. As always, if you would like to email me with any of your questions, you can reach me at lisa@thechangeagent.net. And we will see you next time. Have a great day.